Okay, so hello guys, my name is Sajiya and I am a DevOps and cloud engineer, and I'm a member of Kubernetes as well. I'm an educator as well. So in today's video we will learn about theory aspects of AWS cloud. This series will be in two parts. In first part we will understand all the theory aspects of our project and our project structure, and in the later part of this video, like the second part of this video, we will discuss about how this project is implemented directly on AWS cloud, right? So without getting late, let's get started with AWS cloud. Do you know about what is AWS? Anyone? Any guesses? What is AWS? It's a cloud, right? Like to make a rain, right? No, obviously not. We are not doing this, right? We are not doing this. What a cloud engineer do? Cloud computing engineer, I would say. What does a cloud computing engineer do? So, before understanding what is cloud, okay, so let me give a small definition of cloud. So, you can build your complete infrastructure, your company's infrastructure, on AWS, like servers and all, right? Why do we need it? Second question, why? We have covered the what aspects. Now we will cover the why. Why do we need it, right? So before cloud, like in 2004, 2003, back in 2000s, we had no clouds, right? Though cloud have become a great technology in this last decade, and it come I think in 2010 or something, but I'm not confirm about this. But imagine you are working in a company in 2004. So back then companies were using servers. Now what are servers? Let's understand this. What are servers? By the way, you will get the link of this whole structure. So if you want to revise or something, you can do that. Okay. So servers, right? We were on server. What are servers? Now I think most of you would be familiar with what is front end, right? Front end is just something. So if you visit amazon.com today or Facebook, right? This will be your phone, right? And in phone you will have Facebook application open. Here I think there will be, I don't have much experience in Facebook, but still. So let's take an Instagram, right? So there will be stories here, and there will be post here, and there will be some buttons for explore and all, messaging and all. I think messaging would be here. I am not familiar with Insta as well. So this will be Insta, right? So you visit this, and the part you see like the post and all, this is the front end part. Right. Now if you are uploading your images, right, and if your friend from America wants to see your story, he will see this directly by touching this icon, small one, right? How? This image should be stored somewhere. This image should be processed and sent till America, right? There should be some process. It isn't like you have posted here and there is some magic and your friend gets your story in America. No, it's not possible. we are in science and we are in technology era, there should be reason for everything, right. So, how could you see this? So, this image will be sent to from front end, it will send to back end and the database, and it will be saved to database, right, database, where all the things of Instagram, images, likes, comments, everything will be stored, right. So, the process, and there should be some process from front end to database, right, but there should be some way to send this. Front end will call back end and back end perform actions. For back ends, just having a servers or databases, a storage in it, rather than having a storage in it, we need to have a process as well. So, this process will use servers, which will be backends, like backend engineer works on backend, and the process is called, just understand the process is called backend, and there will be servers used. Now, what is server? Still we did not understand what is server. I have explained you the process. Hope this is clear, right? Okay, so let us move forward. Still servers. We understood how we came to the idea of servers, and now I will explain what are servers. What are servers? Now, your computer, your local PC in which you are seeing this video will be your server, a small server, which will have underlying hardware features like RAM, ROM, processor, etc., etc., right. This will be an operating system. Here there will be an operating system, right, and there will be application this, right, Paint, this, Excel, etc., etc., right. We are taking an example of Windows. I think most of you are familiar with Windows. So, okay, so if you are a DevOps engineer, you work mostly with Ubuntu, but you are just a beginner, so I am explaining with Windows. So, there will be an underlying hardware feature, Windows and applications, right. So, this is a local PC, right, but your application should be, so you have a front end code, and your application should be deployed somewhere, right, you got it. Your application should be available somewhere, your front end should be built and deployed. So, your how many of you are familiar with web development and all, and have you ever made your website live? I think so. That process for making your website live is a process of deployment. I know this is a simple process, but yeah, that's a process of deployment. So, rather than deploying a website directly like this, your infrastructure, or if you are working in a company, there are thousands of requests coming every day, right. For this, we need hardware features like RAM, ROM and all, and a storage feature, an operating system to run, and our application to deploy it. So, the structure will be like this. Your application, a whole application, company's application, front end database and all, an operating system and hardware, right. So, hope this structure is clear. I will explain you later everything else. Okay, sorry. Okay, no worries. Now, imagine like this. I think the structure and the how aspect is clear. Now, we are moving forward with servers. If you are working in a company, as I have told you, there will be hundreds and thousands of requests, and in 2004, in 2000s, we had servers, offline servers, somewhere placed in a your CPU or your monitor, your CPU, right. So, there will be everything in your CPU, right. So, your CPU should be placed somewhere. There should be a place required to put it somewhere, right? So, what I need to do, I need to place a company complete servers. There will be many computers, so understand like this, there will be many computers, small, big, right. So, I need a LAN to put this, LAN will be required, and a system administrator to configure these things, right, servers and all. You are managing your application, or you are managing your computer yourself. So, there are many servers. So, we require a team of system administrator to configure this thing. Mostly the things are working on Ubuntu mostly. So, system administrator will work on this, the configuration part and the deployment and all. But later on, how did we got the idea of cloud? And I think till now we are clear here, right. Servers, we need to LAN to put it somewhere, and system administrator will work on that. Hope this is clear. Now, why did we move to cloud? Everything was working well, right. If application were deployed on the servers, why we are moving to cloud, and what is the benefit of cloud? So, let us understand. Okay, so I forgot to choose the pen. Okay, so what is cloud? Okay, so I think the server part is clear, the complete server aspect is clear. Now, as I have told you, why we need cloud. So, we need some place to place our servers, right. So, mostly the companies has issue with land. So, if you do not have a land, so if you are just a startup small, right. So, you do not afford a land completely, right. Land is costly mostly, so costly mostly, it is a rhyming word. Mostly the lands are costly, right, and in the region of Mumbai, Delhi, it is more costly, right. So, for this, what AWS or the cloud says? Cloud says, I will create your infrastructure, I will create your servers and pay me. So, in Mumbai region, AWS, okay, so let me keep it clean. So, in AWS region, in Mumbai region, what AWS will do? AWS will take a massive land, right, a massive land, a big land, right, and many startups, small startups will have their infrastructure here. So, there is no issue with land, right, they can do this. And sitting at America, someone sitting at America can create infrastructure directly to Mumbai, right. So, this is the power of cloud. Another good advantage, you do not need to hire a system administrator, though you need to hire a cloud engineers which are costly, but you do not need to pay for land first, right. And if you are a small startup, you need to buy a huge servers, a huge land for this. A server will be big, and maybe you at first you are just a startup, so you do not have much traffic on your website. So, in this massive, in this massive server, the amount you need is this only, and you also need to pay this. Oof. Imagine the cost, you are just using this and you are paying for this many, right. It is hard as hell, right. It is a startup, it will be costly for sure. So, AWS comes up with the idea of pay as you go pricing, So, when you will pay for a small EC2 instance, a small server, a little small server just like your PC, you will pay, and if your server is up and running for 24 hours for one day. So, the cloud will charge for only one day, and if you shut down your server after one day, it will not charge. So, this is the power of AWS, and now you can understand why it is easy to use cloud than a backend servers, right. There are many companies using servers till now, but this is a big thing for a startups, as we know in India mostly, and there is a wave of startup coming up. So, mostly people are switching to clouds, right. So, there is a power of cloud, and now hope this is clear, like servers, how and why aspect, what is servers, and so let me just recap what we have learned till now. We have learnt about server, what and why we need servers, how they came in existence, and after that cloud, what are the disadvantages of servers, and we understood what is cloud, why we use cloud, and the disadvantage of servers. So, there are many disadvantages to cloud as well, but in this video we are discussing more about cloud and its services. So, we are not covering the disadvantages aspects, but remember at any point of given time most companies prefer cloud rather than servers, right. Most companies are preferring cloud rather than servers, right. Hope this is clear. Now, let us move forward. Now, let me tell you which services of AWS we will cover in this theory aspect. Okay. I will provide a link of this complete note in description, so you can check it out there as well. Okay, so you can check it out and you can view the complete note. I know my handwritings are not completely good enough, but still I am trying. Okay, so now let us discuss about which AWS services we will check it out today. Services, right. First we will start with EC2 instance, which will be simple. Later we will move to VPC. In EC2 instance we will understand many things. In VPC there are many things, different things to understand, but we will keep it simple for this tutorial. But if you want to understand VPC in much more detail, because VPC is a large topic and you can cover 2 to 3 hours on that, but still I will provide a video of 1 hour if you want. So, comment me down below and I will make a video for that as well. So, we will understand an intro of VPC in this tutorial, like a subnets, public subnet, private subnet, inbound rules, etc., etc. After that we will cover ALB, application load balancer, right. The last thing we will cover with is Bayesian host, and yes, key pair values like SSH and all. So, if you have a good knowledge of cloud and services, you can skip this tutorial. We will cover, I am just giving you a brief intro of what we will cover, but there are many things to cover in EC2. I will cover these things, but if you want a 1 hour different videos on this service like EC2, like VPC, like ALB, we can cover this as well, but in a comment me down below and I will cover that as well. Okay. So, let us move forward. So, first we will start with, okay, so first we will start with EC2, right. Okay. So, what is EC2? So, you have your laptop, right, your laptop is on currently, or PC. So, for PC you have a CPU, right, with buttons and all here, right, the name of the company here. So, this will be your CPU. In this CPU you will have a processor, you will have RAM, which is most important to run your application mostly, and the storage device where you can store your application and all, your data, right, storage. So, EC2 is same. So, if you are working on Windows or Linux or Ubuntu, so you will have, first you will have a hardware layer, and later you have a operating system, hardware, operating system, and application will run, right. So, simple like your as I have told you, simple like your PC, right. But in this, if your PC have only 4 GB of RAM, you need to insert another 4 GB of stick to upgrade your PC, right. But in AWS, you can directly specify that you need a 8 GB or 800 GB of EC2 instance, and it will spin up for you in a minute, right. It is great, but as I have told you, it will come with price, right. I will show you how you can create your AWS account as well, but for now let us understand this, and I will show you where is EC2 instance available in AWS dashboard and all, but I think it is clear. For now it is clear. So, you are in your PC, you are in your Ubuntu main operating system, and now I want to connect with EC2 instance. So, you can SSH to it with a key pair login, and your EC2 instance will be connected with your PC in your terminal directly. So, what is key pair login and what is SSH? Let us cover that. Hope EC2 is clear, and now let us cover what is SSH and what is key value pair. So, this will be okay. This will be SSH key value pair. I will explain you this. Wait a minute. Key value pair. Now, as I have told you, just to make a connection to your local PC and your EC2 instance, you need to have a secure connection between, a strong and secure connection between them, right. So, you can work easily. So, for this we will use SSH. You can understand SSH in detail by your own ways, but for now just simply understand that you need to create a connection between your local PC and EC2 instance. For this we will do SSH, right, a connection process simply. And in AWS provide key value pair, there will be public key, there will be private key. So, imagine it is a key and lock. So, private will be key and public will be a lock. So, if you go out of your house for a trip or something, you will lock your house, right, that only a people who have a key can come in, right. A people with a key will be your relative or you only or your family members, not no one else can enter your house then, right. So, the same process is here. So, Amazon will keep a private key on the dashboard, and Amazon will provide you a private key, a key, right, which you can download on your local PC, and for every new instance there will be new public key, and this public key will be able to unlock this key and you can enter in your house, which is EC2 instance. Hope this is clear. I have tried my best to explain this. Your house will be same as EC2 instance, your key will be your private key, your public key will be your lock. Your lock, you can download your key and keep it with you. Amazon will provide you a lock, and with this lock you can unlock this key and you can enter your EC2 instance. I have explained it twice now. Hope this is clear. If not, comment me down below and I will surely reply to your doubts and all, right. Let us move forward. EC2 and SSH key pair is covered. Now, let us cover auto scaling group with it only. Okay. So, imagine you are working in a company and your company is like, so there is a Flipkart big billion days, right, big billion days in Flipkart. Hope you remember, there was in previous month and all. right. I don't know if it's going on or not, but there were big billion days in I think October or something. So, in big billion days on Flipkart website there will be more traffic, right. There will be an increase of traffic for sure. Mostly people will buy things directly from here. So, I am working in a Flipkart, just assume I am working in a Flipkart and my manager comes in and he says, Sajiya, there will be increase of traffic because we are providing sales. So, there will be increase of traffic at 8 am because the sales start at 8 am till 9 pm, right, and after 9 pm to 7 am there will be no traffic or less traffic, a minimum traffic, but between 8 am to 9 pm there will be highest traffic. So, if I create thousands of instances and keep it on for 24 hours, right, but I do not have traffic to 9 pm or 7 am, and I think 200, if I spin up 1000 instance in this lower traffic area, I will use only 200, right. So, how many will be remaining? 800 will be unused, right. I will pay for this, but this will be unused. So, that is not a ideology, or this is not a process how we use AWS, right. We use only services which we will pay as you go pricing, right. We need to use services efficiently because we are paying for it, right. So, for this AWS has a solution like a auto scaling group. Now, auto scaling group. Now, I will be like spin up 1000 instance, maximum 1000 instance and minimum should be 200 and the average should be 300. So, at a time, at the average time there will be 300. If the traffic is less than average, there will be a minimum instances on, and if the traffic is higher than average, there will be 1000 instance on. So, it will be managed directly by AWS, but we need to configure things, right. So, that is why I have explained this, and we will configure this auto scaling group in our upcoming video when we do hands on our project. So, these are all the services which we will use for our project, that is why I am explaining this. So, please understand things carefully, and if you do not understand, rewind this video, understand it again, so it will be helpful for you, right. Now, hope auto scaling group is clear. Now, as we are on EC2 instance still, we will understand what is Bayesian host or jump host. Or jump host, right. Let me explain this. Now, okay, sorry. So, we need to understand VPC first to understand Bayesian host. Sorry for this. Okay, no worries. We will use, okay. We will understand VPC first. We will come back here. Okay. VPC. What is VPC? As I have told you, you need to live in certain, like in Mumbai you need to live at certain place, right. There will be address of your place, the address of your house, right. So, before writing a name of your, after writing name of your house, there will be a landmark and a area name, right, area name. In this area there will be many houses. Typically, mostly as I have seen, the houses will share some cultural values, the same cultural values or same religion or something. So, there will be a Muslim, I am not discriminating things here, but commonly this have been seen in India, mostly I have seen this. So, there will be many there will be Muslim area, and in this Muslim area people mostly Muslim religion followers will live, and in Hindu regions mostly Hindu followers will live. I am not saying that you can't live in a Hindu region, Muslim can't live in a Hindu region. We love everyone and we are Indians, we are proud Indians. I am not saying that, but just an example, right? A group of people following same religion, same cultures, and this have been seen in our ancestors, right? Our ancestors were living in caves, and they were the same tribe were living in a small place. Another tribe will live in another place, another tribe will live in another place. So this was the same simple thing followed in our ancestors as well, and we are following this as well. But I have seen in many places people with Muslim religion, people with Hindu religions are living happily. In our Gujarat as well, we are living happily with Hindu and Muslim, and I have friends with them as well. But the common practice, as I have seen, there will be 4 to 5 houses with similar culture and all. Let us not go into deep in this. This example is useful for VPC, so I have explained this. So in VPC there will be 2 regions, right? So you need to protect your house, right? So in the same, okay, so let me explain. So in the same AWS landmark, like in Mumbai, in this server there will be an applications or the deployment process of many different startups, right? Now do you want to get merged, or do you want to get any issues with another startup? No, you don't want that, right? Your application should not be mixed, or you are trying to access the Amazon.com and you can see the Flipkart.com. Do you want that? No one wants that, right? So if your startup is working here, another startup is using this resources, another startup is using this resources, etc., etc., right? So there should be some processes to differentiate these things, right? There should be something, right? There should be boundaries, right? I don't want my application to be accessed to another link or DNS, right? So for A startup, B startup, they will be in their own zone, right? So in a similar way, I have different application like front end, back end, database, right? They are of same family, following same culture values, following the same ideology. Startup B will have same culture values, same followings, same things, right? So here front end, back end and database. Now in VPC, as I have understood, there should be a box. So understand this is our boundary, and in this VPC we will create resources by our own. Now in VPC we need to understand we have 2 things here. Public and private, right? Subnets, public subnets and private subnets. Now you don't want a hacker to hack your infrastructure, right? So mostly people or companies are deploying their complete infrastructure in private, and later with the help of load balancer or something else, the IP address will be provided of public IP. So Amazon.com is a public IP, and there will be another IP address of their infrastructure, right? Which you can't access. The people of the organization only can access. So I will deploy my complete infrastructure, that application, in my private zone, and later I will provide a link of my public zone, and you can directly access my application in the public zone. So how could this possible? We are deploying things in private zone, right? And we can access things in public zone. How? So there is a complete process. You can understand this easily, as we will I will give you idea here, and when we deploy our application or when we will build our infrastructure, you will understand things in much clear way, right. So, I have understand what is private and public, right, mostly. Now, forget load balancer, we will understand this as well. Now, for this, the last topic, okay, so key value pair is explained, load balancer is explained, target groups and everything. Okay, so everything is explained now. I think Bayesian host is remaining, I know that. Let us go to Bayesian host or jump host. So, as I have told you, public and private subnet, right, VPC, right. My application will be deployed in private subnet. Now, I think this is clear. Bayesian host is clear. The VPC and EC2 instance is clear. And now Bayesian host. We are on Bayesian host, right? So, this will be, our application will be deployed in private subnets, as I have told you before. This is a good practice, so hackers can't access it. And now, as I have deployed it in public, private subnet, we need something. This will not have IP addresses. This will not have a public IP addresses, as I deployed in private subnet, simple, right. So, we need to have a Bayesian host. We need to have a Bayesian host. Okay. In a public subnet, there will be one EC2 instance created, which will have public and private IP, right. In public you can have public and private IP, but in private you can only have private IP, no public IP will be assigned, because there will be a chances of hacker, again there will be chances of hacker, that is why. So, in public I will have private and public access, right. So, in with public IP address I will connect to Bayesian host, and with the help of Bayesian host I will copy my key value pair on my Bayesian host. I will copy my key value pair on my Bayesian host, and after that I will use this key pair to connect with this instance and with this instance, right, because I need some way to deploy my application on these instances. I need to connect with these instances to deploy my application, right. That is the process. We need to do that, right. I think this part is clear. What is Bayesian host? Bayesian host will be created in public IP address, and we will connect with Bayesian host. Bayesian host will copy, we will copy our key value pair to Bayesian host from our local PC to our Bayesian host, and Bayesian host will use EC2 this EC2 instance, public EC2 instance, or a Bayesian host will use this key value pair to connect with this instance and with this instance. I know this all mess up, but I think this is clear. We will move forward then, right. Bayesian host, and we will connect with this instance and this instance, and we will deploy our application, right. Now, I think the last topic is remaining, which is load balancer. Will be load balancer. Okay. Now, load balancer, if I want to create a full video, there will be a video of 2 to 3 hours again, but we are just providing an intro to this. I want to explain it as fast as possible, because I want to cover this video as well. So, I will give you a brief intro about a load balancer, but if you want to understand load balancer in deep, comment me down below and I will make a video for that as well. So, load balancer are majorly of 3 types, and let us understand what is load balancer. So, imagine you are working in a company and you have application in 2 servers, and one EC2 instance by any reason, by hacking reason or by any server issues or any issues, it will go down and your application is not accessible here down, but this is up, you can access your application here. So, half of the traffic will be but as we have installed our application two side and one our infrastructure will be messed up, the whole configuration is messed up, right. 2:2 instance, one will go down, so the whole infrastructure is messed up, right. So, there are many issues, the infrastructure can go down, but that does not mean that we can access our application, right. This should be the issue, it should be foolproof. There will be many issues, but your application should be foolproof, right. So, for this we will use load balancer. So, your application is deployed in 2 servers and there will be load balancer which will route traffic to half of the traffic will be routed here, half of the traffic will be routed here, right. Application first instance, second instance. So, half of the traffic will be routed here, like there are 100 requests per minute. So, 50 will be routed here, 50 will be routed here. So, in this, right, in this way if one application will go down, my load balancer is genius or intellectual enough that it can route traffic directly to 100 requests can access through second instance, and your user will not have any issue to access your application, right. So, imagine if I am working on Amazon.com and by any issue Amazon.com is crashed, right. In I think in before 2 months ChatGPT was crashed for 2 days, I think 1 day or 2 day, I do not know, but there were many news around for this, right. ChatGPT is down, ChatGPT is down. That is not a good thing for a company to be honest, right. So, I need my users to access this application no matter if my instances are going down, going up, nothing. I do not care about this. I just care that my users should access this, right. So, the 100 requests, this 50 requests of this instance will be again routed here and this application will be up and your users can access it, right. Hope this is clear. Now, load balancer is clear, I think, and I have provided a brief intro about this. In load balancer there are different load balancer like application load balancer, gateway load balancer, and I think application, gateway, and what was the third name, I forgot it. Gateway load balancer, application load balancer, and there was something else as well, but we do not need to discuss it right now. After this, and there are many routing techniques like round robin and etc., right. So, imagine your one instance is good enough, is foolproof, and there is nothing that your instance can go down. So, you want more traffic to be routed here rather than this, right. So, you want to use this as your main instance. So, there will be like more GB, like 500 GB of RAM is provided here, more storage is provided here, right. So, we will use this instance more. So, there are many different routing techniques you can use in load balancer, but as I have told you, I can't explain you everything here. We need to have another lecture for this. So, comment me down below and I will explain things in better way, right. I think the infrastructure, the services which need to be explained is clear now. AWS, EC2 instance, VPC, Bayesian host, auto scaling group, and load balancer, key value pair. I do not think anything is remaining now. Now, let us move forward. Now, the last part of this video, the last part of today's video, okay. Last part of finally the last part of this video, right. Let me explain you the project structure now. Everything is clear. Now, you can understand project structure in much more detail. Now, the project, right. Okay, so wait for a minute. VPC VPC, yes. Okay, so this was the link and this is the project we will build in our next video. The documentation are not good enough to read and go through. You can try it out, but I think watching this video would be helpful as a beginner. So this will be the project we will do. Okay, so yes, I forgot the availability zone part as well. Okay, so what are availability zone? Right, availability zone AZ, which is known as AZ, availability zone, right. So you are working in Mumbai region and your application is up in Mumbai region and Africa region, Mumbai and Africa, and your application should be up in these two places only, right. So you can deploy your application in these two region and there is nothing else in availability zone, right. You just need to choose availability zone in your Amazon console and this will be up. So I think this is clear, there is nothing else to explain in availability zone. So Mumbai will be one availability zone, Africa will be another availability zone. So let me explain this project structure. Now these are two availability zone, and okay, so we will create a VPC first. First we will create a VPC. Let's create a VPC, right. VPC. Okay. Okay, this will be 2 VPC. And this will be okay, so let me create a structure first. Okay, wait for a minute and I will create a structure for you. Okay. Right, there will be a okay, again there will be a load balancer here, there will be a Bayesian host here. I am trying my best to keep it clear, right. So there will be this. Okay, now let me give the name of everything. This will be a complete VPC, this will be a private subnet, right, private part of our VPC, sorry, private subnet in which your organization only can access and not anything else, public, right. So this will be instances EC2 1, EC2 2 instance. This will be our Bayesian host, this will be our load balancer. These EC2 instances are powered up with auto scaling group, right. The example of big billion days, hope you remember auto scaling group, right. And there will be load balancer. So this EC2 instance will be connected with Bayesian host, right. And after this our application is deployed on here in EC2 instance app.py, just a simple Python application will be used, and yes, this is a structure, nothing else. First we will create a VPC. This is a complete VPC. This will be a VPC. This will be two subnets, private and public. This will be an EC2 instance in private subnet. Okay, sorry, I forgot one thing as well, availability zone, right, as we have discussed here. Availability zone, public subnet, private subnet. One EC2 instance will be in Africa, one EC2 instance will be used in Mumbai, because our application is valid for Mumbai and African region, right. Just an example, right. Now okay, so let me draw the availability zone as well. So this will be one availability zone, this will be another availability zone. Hope this is clear, right. 1 and 2, your application will be accessed with Bayesian host, and after that your application will be there will be a target or group or something with which your load balancer can access your application, and it will give you a new DNS like amazon.com or something, and you can access your application from there, right. I will provide you a complete scenario. I know this is much hard for now to, but I have made myself clear here, and we will discuss this thing in detail in future part of this video, like the second part of this video, right. Hope this is clear, right. A VPC, two subnets, 2 instances, 1 Bayesian host, 1 load balancer, and the EC2 instance are powered with auto scaling group. Hope this is clear. In this example, don't go here and try to understand net gateways, everything, right, security groups and all. You don't need to understand this right now, but if you have a much interest in in AWS cloud, as I have told you, just comment me down below and I will explain you things in much detail. And if still you want to understand right now, you can search it on your own way, and there are many resources available. AWS documentation is available. There are many good tutorials on AWS provided in YouTube as well, so you can use that as well. Okay, hope this is clear. Now we will see a Amazon dashboard, how it looks like, how you can create your key value pair. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so here you can see you can create your free account here, right, and this will be the services provided free for Amazon. Amazon provide free services for 12 months, so you can as a student you can practice things accordingly. So you can select your area and everything, and you can complete your sign up. There will be a credit card required, and please be sure when you use AWS resources, because if you don't close or if you don't off your instances, if you don't off your VPCs, there will be charge acquire. I'm not saying there will be services provided in 12 months for free, I agree that, but these services will be limited if you own your EC2 instance for like for a complete month, and your EC2 instance is like t2.x large. I will show you that. But if your instance is big enough and if your services are using that much issues, that much issue will be provided, but the services will charge costly, like $500 to $600. So please be careful with that. I have experienced this myself, and there are many people who have experienced this, but be sure, be safe, and if your services have charged enough, connect with the support center of AWS, and they will provide you some relaxation on the bills, and you can do that, right. Okay, so enough of this. Okay, so enough of this. This is my dashboard. After you provide your credit card or debit card, you will be get a dashboard like this, right. I haven't configured anything, so you don't get any issues. So this will be a dashboard, and let me show you EC2 instance. Okay, so this will be the availability zone provided in Virginia, Mumbai, etc., right. And this is the EC2 instance, right. You will search it and you will get it, right. This will be the instances. Okay, wait. there will be, if you launch instance here, there will be instances provided, right? Instances, etc, etc, Ubuntu, etc. See, first name, then operating system, mostly people use Ubuntu. After that t2.micro, t2.nano, t2.micro, right? So in this, t2.micro is free eligible. t2.micro is free eligible. What does this mean? You will get, I think, I don't know the exact hours you get for EC2 instances, but yeah, just close it after you are done with your projects, right? This will be helpful. You will get enough of the EC2 instance hours, so you can, okay, so check this out. So this will be the pricing, but as you are in a free tier eligible, like 12-month free, you will get no charges here. So this will be the charges. You can see this, right? Window. So every time you use or you create services, go with free tier eligible, right? Here, as I have told you, keypad login, right, for SSH, it's here. You can create new pair here, right? You can provide your name, PAM, RSA, keep it RSA, and provide a PAM and key pair. Okay, so let me do this so you can get an idea. AWS Iqra project, right? Key pair, and now create key pair, right? I will get a key pair on my download folders, and after you will do this, you will get a different key pairs. New OS is I have used in project which will be a practical project. I will use new OS because this is my old and this is a new. This I have just used this just for your purpose, just to get you knowledge about this. Now next is network configuration, subnet, security groups, etc, etc, right? As I have told you, the RAM and the hardware things will be configured here, and the launch instance, right? Simple. You can see VPC, load balancer, you can see anything, right? You can watch anything. So one VPC will be provided for default. As I have told you, there are different startups, you need to have your own boundaries. So I will have a default for now, and there will be if you create a VPC, it will be created directly like VPC and more. This everything I have explained in my practical session, which will come up. I think this is the first video and the practical session will be second video. So after this video we will publish the second video as well, and if you are watching it like after a month or two, so you can get a link of the next video in description, right? Okay, so let's not discuss this the graph and all. I have explained this in detail in the above video, like in the next video, sorry. Okay, so now these things are clear. Let me not go deep into it. Hope this is clear. Just create your account because we will use this account for practical purpose. Okay, okay, so that's it for my side. My name is Sajiya and I am signing off now, and this is my LinkedIn profile. Okay, sorry, this is my portfolio website. You can check this out as well, right? You can check this out, and this is my profile, my LinkedIn profile. And if you have any doubts, you can directly connect here. You can comment me down below, I will read that as well. But if you want to know more about me, you can directly connect here, right? Okay, so enough of this. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and please like this video, please subscribe to this channel. You will get many more new things, interesting things here. Okay, so okay, hope everything is clear. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.